guys, so I didn't vlog last night. I forgot. I met up with two friends from school. They were here in London, and one of my friends, he had friends he made when he worked at a camp this summer that live in London, so I met them and we all went out for dinner and then to a bar afterwards. It was really fun, but I was been in the present, which is good. I just kind of forgot to vlog. Plus, I was meeting four new people, so I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna vlog. But when I got back, I was so tired, I just kind of crashed. So now today I am leaving. I have packed up and made sure I didn't forget anything in the flat. And my flight's at 2:30, but I was told to leave earlier around 11 because check-in's really tough at Heathrow Airport. But I already online checked in, so I don't know what that means. We'll see. But I'm just going to take the Heathrow Express back to Heathrow Terminal 5, and then hopefully we'll be smooth enough that check-in won't be bad, and I'll get through security and maybe do a little shopping. I was told Dairy Milk is really good chocolate, so maybe I'll try that. But maybe do a little shopping and then get to my gate, and hopefully my classmates are there because there has been really bad winds and there was a bad snowstorm on the East Coast. And so I'm hoping my classmates can get out of Philly so that they can meet me at the Heathrow Airport and it's not just me and my professor. But yeah, so I really enjoyed London. It was awesome. I'm so glad I came. I'm kind of bummed I don't want to leave. So yeah, but I know Italy is going to be wonderful and I'm going to be so excited to be there and then not want to leave Italy. So I'm glad that I came here. It was an awesome experience. And now to Italy. Also, I just wanted to talk about what I did yesterday because I just talked about dinner and not vlogging. But I went to the Churchill War Rooms first, which were phenomenal. It took me a lot longer to get through than I thought because it's not just the War Rooms. They also have a Winston Churchill kind of museum space. And honestly, that one room with all of his like life stuff, you can get, be there for hours. So I had to cut myself short towards the end of that big museum space and just start skimming the last two chapters of his life. They reversed it, so the last two chapters was like his early childhood and stuff. It took me like 3 hours to get through everything, more or less. It was super cool though because I just saw The Darkest Hour, so it was nice. I actually saw the real life rooms that story was based off of. But after that, I walked to Buckingham Palace because I'm an absolute tourist. But it was so cool, and I watched The Crown obviously because I'm a geek, and it was really fun just to see it and have a little more perspective about it. And then I walked back through St. James Park, which was gorgeous. I feel like that's kind of like London's Central Park, even though I have no authority of saying that, but that's how I felt. And it was super pretty, lots of cute little birds and beautiful swans. And then after I met up with my friends, I met up with one first and we went to the Victoria Albert Museum, which is phenomenal. Honestly, I think it's one of the best Universal museums I've seen because they are so good about giving multiple points of interaction. It's not just obviously kind of a cabinet of curiosities, lots of different, objects, and you just kind of look and keep walking. They have a bunch of stations that they're interactive. Like I did one where there was a room with, or a little like entry gallery, I don't know, with obviously historical fabrics and textiles and dresses. And then they had a little stand where you could make your own textile pattern and you pick them out, which obviously kids love, but I did it. And I mean, honestly, as like 19, 20-year-old, I really enjoyed it too. But it was really cool. And then you could email your pattern to yourself. So I definitely looked around. They had little stations for searching objects or people or materials. They were really good about that. I also saw Braille. They really honestly does such a good job of supporting the universal method of any type of person, no matter what kind of disability they have, can still participate in it, which was awesome. So they had Braille for blind people. They also had hearing stuff, which was really cool. So you could hear it as well. And you could sit at this bench and then right next to you would be like this kind of phone looking thing. You press play and they talk about the piece in front of you. So that was so nice. I think they did an awesome job too of making sure children also can reach things. So they would have like an interactive thing at adult eye level, but then they'd have a one that was more children level, which was really cool. And the Winston Churchill Museum and the Churchill War Room Museum also had that, which I really enjoyed. I thought that was also really interactive and wonderful. They had multiple mediums, not just here's his shirt and, hat he wore, and here's his speech soundbite. Do you know what I mean? Like, they obviously had that, but they incorporated more interactive things for children to enjoy. Like, they had one where they could fill in the color of one of his paintings, which I saw a little girl loving. So they did a really nice job both at the Churchill War Room and Victoria Albert of being more interactive, which I was really impressed that I would love to see, the Met doing that, or the Wadsworth, I think, could really use that. And I definitely will report back to the gallery I work at and hopefully incorporate maybe some little things. I did like that, obviously there are little texts saying what the piece is, but then they had a binder and then that had a larger text. And I know for the gallery I work at, even though it's a lot smaller than these big museums I went to, they we have a ton of elderly people coming through our gallery, so I think it would be really beneficial to have maybe a book with larger text so that they could read it. And I think that's a really nice idea. So yeah, but that was my day. I also just briefly walked through the Natural History Museum because it was right next to Victoria Albert and we were just killing time. I didn't really vlog that though because literally we spent maybe 30 minutes, which is not nearly as much time you need for looking at the Natural History Museum, but the stuff I did see was cool. I really liked the whale entryway, obviously, and the architecture of the building, but yeah, so yeah. I'm clearly tired, so I will cut off here.